Well, folks, Desmond Watson is officially back on the Bucs practice squad. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way. More on them a little bit later on in this video. This was per a lot of different reports, but Desmond Watson is officially re-signing to the Bucs practice squad. We don't have a corresponding move yet. We will probably get that a little bit later on, but the big point being is that Watson is back. Now, they did work out Desmond Watson last week, okay? And the word was that they were overall impressed or happy with how he had been shedding weight the past month since they had released him from the team. Now, there is a lot to dive into with this type of move, in my opinion. I know that Desmond Watson is a fan favorite, so to speak, because everybody likes the fact that he was the big old 400 plus defensive lineman from the Florida Gators. But I do want to say this. It's good that Watson was shedding the weight. It's good that Watson was getting more to a healthy weight, not just for his own personal health, but literally the Buccaneers had a situation where they said, we have weight goals for you if you want to continue playing in the NFL. He is now, I assume, hitting those weight goals because he is back with the organization. So it's not just good for his overall health, it's good for his NFL career as well. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this signing and say, you play the Philadelphia Eagles this week is just for the tush push. But Todd Bowles actually came out and said, look, it's not just because the Bucs play the Philadelphia Eagles this week. There's more long-term development and hope for Watson as well. And it is understandable to see why, in my opinion. Watson is a guy that does have a good amount of potential in terms of what he can be at the next level with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and just in the NFL in general. But real quick, before we dive deeper into that, I do want to say shout out to Sleeper, the proud sponsor of this channel. Folks, if you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a $100 deposit match up to $100. That is when you use the code MrBucs. Guys, download the #1 football app today and enjoy football the way it was meant to be. That is together. Now, what do I mean by the fact that, hey, Watson has a lot of different potential? Well, think about his overall size. Let's say he drops 350. You're talking about a guy who is 6'6", 350 pounds, okay? That is not just a good thing for a tush push type of stopping situation. That is just a good nose tackle, period, type of situation. Vita Vea is about 6'4", 347, around there. So you're looking at a guy who can be immediately a backup nose tackle to Vita Vea, right? And not just stopping a tush push. If you have those two on the same field at the same time, you're talking about a phenomenal looking run defense. We took a look at the Pro Football Focus numbers whenever they did work out Desmond Watson last week, and he was a very solid run defender. Pass rush, it is what it is, right? He wasn't necessarily great at pass rushing, but of course he's going to be good at run stopping whenever you're that size. So you're looking at the run defense getting even better, possibly, if Watson is able to go out there and get some type of game reps. And that's also exciting as well, that Watson will now finally get to start to have practice reps again and fully begin his NFL career, so to speak. So that is an exciting story as well for Watson, who has had one heck of a journey so far to get to this point. He's had to make a lot of big lifestyle changes, and he's done that, and he's done that well, and he's getting the opportunity now. And I see this as the Bucs really have to love the potential of Desmond Watson, because you don't keep a young man like this on your roster throughout all of training camp, throughout all the preseason, okay, doesn't even practice a snap, doesn't play a snap, and you still keep him until the final roster cuts. Then a month later, you still like him enough to say, we're going to bring you back to the practice squad, okay? You do not do all of that for a guy that you do not believe has a good amount of potential in Desmond Watson, okay? You don't jump through all of those hoops. So obviously the Buccaneers coaching staff really likes the potential of Watson, really likes the prototypical size, and says, we can work with this guy, right? So I'm not going to go out here and say that Desmond Watson's going to be a star right away, But the Bucs are certainly giving him a chance here. The Bucs are certainly saying, "Hey, no, we really like Desmond Watson enough to where we will jump through all these hoops to give him a chance." It's very, on one hand, it's very encouraging, right? If you're a Bucs fan, you're like, wow, these guys really must like Desmond Watson. And yeah, that very much seems to be the case. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.